Okay, can you get started? Because we only have 1 hour. Okay, so the first question is, the term professional discipline covers professional and ethical standards. So what is the aim of professional and ethical standards? Okay. Now I've also shared the reading materials for week 1 and week 2 on times. I hope that you have gone through them, okay, during the weekend or when you had time. So now is the time for you to answer these questions, not only based on the slides, but also on the reading materials, which is from CPA Australia. Okay, it's already been uploaded on times. So you had plenty of time to go through it. So now I want to see your answers. Kindly share it in the chat area. Remember, I said for this semester, we only have 1 hour for tutorial. So make the most of it, okay? Any questions you have, please do ask during the tutorial class. Lecture, I really don't have time to answer you. So I'm rushing through. I've got only 1 hour for the lecture. I've got plenty of slides to cover. So this is the opportunity that you have to ask any questions. So make the most of it. So the term professional discipline covers professional and ethical standards. So what is the aim of professional and ethical standards? I said this before, I'm saying it again. Okay, if you just cut and paste from the slides. Okay. Lisa. Can you just need a favor? Can you share the link for today's meeting in the chat area? So one student is asking me to share the link. Can you quickly do that? Share the link in the chat area. She said she couldn't access this meeting. Okay, can you please share it, because I want to send to those students who say they can't get the link. Not sure what's happening, because somebody said they cannot get the link, So, okay, now the rest of you who are already in the meeting, who don't have any issues with getting into the meeting, can we quickly get the answers for the first question? It's going to be the same link until the end of the semester, okay? So I don't know why some students are not coming or not able to get the link. Then you have shared it with them privately. So let's get started. with this tutorial? Okay guys, it'll be the same link till the end of semester. So if you manage to join today, you should be using the same link till the end of semester. Shouldn't be any issue. So I was interrupted just now. What I wanted to say is that if you just cut and paste from the slides, of course the answer is not wrong. Okay, but if you're expecting to do well in the exam, okay, as I've said before, and I'm repeating for emphasis, so kindly pay attention. It's not enough to just cut and paste from the slides. You have to give details, elaboration, examples. So start practicing from the second tutorial. Today is our second tutorial. So get used to it. Give details. Okay, don't just cut and paste from the slides. Okay, like I said, it is not wrong. Definitely you won't be marked wrong. But if you want to score, then you need to do more than that. Yes, any question? Okay, I think it's time to start giving the answers. It's only going to be 10 minutes. Should be better next time if you come prepared. Okay, do the tutorial and come prepared. Otherwise, we'll be wasting time. Okay, Shilan, can you book out your camera and show me your face? I'd like to see who I'm talking to. Shilan Low. Can you hear me, Shilan? Hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Shilan Low. You look terrible. Oh. Okay, in that case, at least you just unmute and speak up.
Hi, sir.
Okay. Okay lah, never mind. You don't want to show your face, never mind. It's okay. But can you just speak up? I want to see so that I can ask some questions. We can have an interaction. Otherwise, you just post and I read and there's no interaction. So can you read your answer? So I can ask you some questions based on what you wrote.
Okay. The aim of professional and ethical standard is to ensure a person to act integrity and provide unbiased advice so everyone receives fair treatment.
Okay. Let me go back and see the question again. Okay. So what was the question just now? First question was, term professional discipline covers professional and ethical standards. What is the aim? Okay, very straightforward question. Okay, it's a very straightforward question. There's no trick here. Okay, it's not a trick question. It's a straightforward question. So what is the aim of professional and ethical standards? Okay, if I'm answering this question, okay, so I would say the aim of professional and ethical standards is to ensure that accountants, okay, because we are all training to become accountants. Okay, that's why you signed up for accounting and finance. I guess that's the reason you signed up for accounting and finance and not for banking and finance or finance and economics, is to ensure that accountants act with integrity. There must be a word, with integrity, and provide unbiased advice so that instead of saying everyone, let's be more specific, so that all stakeholders receive fair treatment. That's how I would improve this answer. Okay, so the aim of professional and accounting standards, okay, this is a very straightforward question. There's no trick here, Aim of professional ethical standards is to ensure that accountants, we are more specific, act with integrity and provide unbiased advice so that all stakeholders, whoever is our stakeholder, okay, we're not concerned about others, only our stakeholders. Of course, our stakeholders also includes the public, lah, okay. So I suppose in that sense, everyone is correct, but let's be more specific, so that all stakeholders receive fair treatment. Okay. So if I want to strengthen this answer, so like I said, try and think of an example. Put yourself in the shoes of an accountant who is providing services to your stakeholders. Of course, your primary stakeholder is your client. Primary stakeholder is your client. Why? Simple. He pays your fee. You are my primary stakeholder. You pay your fee, tuition fee. So you are my primary stakeholder. Of course, there are many other stakeholders, the university, the ICT, the exam unit, yes. But as far as I'm concerned, you are the primary stakeholder for me. Likewise, if you're an accountant providing services, so your client is your primary stakeholder. You are answerable to the client. Okay. Reject bribery. Okay. So for example, I can give a simple example, like a client approaches you and says, can you do this and do that for me? And then you know very well that this is against your, you know very well that what the client is asking you to do is against your professional ethical standards. So what must you do? I will reject it. Okay, I will reject it. I've said this before, probably I don't want to keep repeating myself until the end of semester. Always assume ideal conditions. Always assume ideal conditions, meaning don't give smart aleck type of answers. Don't tell me what's happening in the real world outside. You know, I know. Let's just leave it at that, okay? Let's just leave it at that. In the exam room scenario, of course, now we are online, so we have a virtual classroom. Assume ideal, okay? Don't quote example, oh, this is what happening outside. I also know, you also know. But you cannot answer like that in the exam. Okay, but this module is called ethics and corporate governance. We're not supposed to teach you the wrong things. Okay, so it's now about 15 minutes. So I think enough for that question. So this is, I'm just giving you, actually this SAM we are doing what is called student-centered learning, meaning student got to do the bulk of the work by themselves, self-directed learning. My job is just as a mentor, facilitator, to tell you where you can find the information, but the actual work of searching for the information, be it in the slides, in the readings, or even in the internet on Google, is you have to do it. Okay, so I'm just guiding you and giving you some tips. If you are somebody who really looking to score, this is what you must do. Okay, all right, I think I've said enough. So now let's move to the next question. Name some of the different environments in which accountants are found working. Again, this is straight from the slides, okay, but it doesn't matter. Share the answer in the chat area, then we can go through and I can give my comments and feedback. The purpose of a tutorial is for you to give answers and for me to give my feedback. So make the most of it. Okay, this time unfortunately we only have 1 hour. 1 hour for lecture, 1 hour for tutorial. So make the most of it. I like to see more participation. Okay, I would like to see more participation. I want it to be voluntary. Okay, I don't want to like force you to answer, but I prefer you to volunteer. And if possible, you can book out your camera and your mic and speak up. Public sector. Um, Okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. I just wanted to go back and check the question again. All right. So this is one of those environment. Okay. In fact, in the context of Malaysia, a large number of accountants are working in the public sector. Okay, we have two major government bodies which employ accountants. One is called Jabatan Accountant Negara, Jabatan Accountant Negara, Government Accounting Office. So they provide accounting services to all government agencies. Okay, all ministries, departments, statutory bodies, they provide the accounting services. So a lot of accountants are employed in Jabatan Accountant Negara. And the other agency where a lot of accountants are working is Jabatan Audit Negara, National Audit Office. Because accounting and auditing are twin sides of the same coin. You have accounting, you must have auditing. Somebody to check on the work. So we have another big department in Malaysia called Jabatan Audit Negara, National Audit Office. So a lot of accountants are working in the public sector. Okay, so that's one example. So any other examples? Some of the different environments where accountants are found working. How about you, Nicholas? Can I get some answers from you, Nicholas? Are you listening, Nicholas?
Yes, man, yeah.
Nicholas, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Can you open your camera? I don't know if that is your actual face, the one that I see here, but can you open camera? It looks like an old man. I'm sure you're not that old.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay. Okay, Nicholas, can you give an answer for this question?
About the camera, can I only another day?
Okay. Never mind about the
Yeah.
camera. You just give the answer. Audio, buka audio. Just unmute and give the answer. I would like to wait for you guys, but unfortunately, we need to keep moving. All right. Anybody who has got the answer want to share? Just speak up. I only got one so far, public sector. I'm sure there's more than that. Different environments which accountants are found working. You can refer to the slide, okay? Just refer to the slide and then post your answer in the chat area so we can discuss further. Like I said, the slides are very basic. Okay, slides are very basic. So if you want to answer that type of, give that type of answer in the exam, okay, it will not be marked wrong. Because the answer is not wrong, but you need to elaborate and give examples. Okay, I've been repeating this like a parrot from week 1, week 2, and now we're in week 3. So I hope you get it, you get the message loud and clear. So you need to elaborate, give examples. Okay, NGO, focus on raising funds. Okay, more and more these days, NGOs or non-profit, sometimes they call it non-profit. NGO stands for non-governmental organization or non-profit. True, they are non-profit, but they are receiving money from various sources. I think you recently followed the issue in the social media, right? About one guy's working in Petronas or something like that, made a claim that 14 members of his immediate family died or something like that from COVID, and then he got some kind of what they call it, fundraising on the internet. It's called, I forgot the name. What funding? Crowdfunding. Yeah, crowdfunding. He received quite a lot of money, a few 100,000, I think. And then later on discovered it's just false police report. He didn't actually, they investigate, they say it's not true. So now public is making noise. They're angry. because they give money. Likewise for NGO, we have so many NGOs claim, for example, we have Mercy Malaysia. Okay, Mercy Malaysia is just like our Malaysian version of Doctors Without Borders. Okay, it's our Malaysian version of Doctors Without Borders. They go to all those hotspots around the world, Afghanistan, Gaza, wherever there is fighting going on, they go and provide their medical services for free. But still need funds to send them there, need to fly them there. When they are there, you need to provide some money so that they can eat. Okay, things like that lah. So end of the day, NGOs also got their stakeholders, their funders, people giving them money, giving them donation, want to know where their money went to, how the money was spent. Okay, public practice. Okay, we have public practice. You can be working Big Four, or you can be working in a second tier firm like Grant Howard, like so many second tier firms. Okay, just Google. Okay, of course the Big Four, you know, this is also the second tier firm. BDO Binder is second tier firm. Grant Howard, second tier firm. There are many firms in the second tier, and then of course below that we have the sole partnership, and then we have the one partner or two partner smaller firms. Okay, so these are some of the different sectors. And okay, I really got to go fast, okay, otherwise you won't finish. Another important sector is what they call PAIB. PAIB, Professional Accountants in Business. If you go through the reading material, I hope you have done so, you will come across this term, PAIB, Professional Accountants in Business. Okay, so these are people who are working in companies as accountant, junior accountant, senior accountant, financial controller, chief accountant, things like that. So you're working for a majikan employer and getting paid, providing your accounting services. So there are many different areas in which accountants are found practicing. Okay, I think the one you can take it from the slide, so I don't want to spend too much time on it. Okay, so now let's move on to the next one. Accounting firms in public practice can be divided into Big Four firms, second tier firms, small practices. So what are some of the different roles played by these firms? So now we are talking about, okay, be very clear, question 3 is talking about accounting firms in public practice. So you have the Big Four, you have the second tier firm, and then you have the small practices and sole practitioners. Small practice mean like could be 2-3 partners. Sole practitioner means one person by himself. So this is the distinction between Big Four, second tier, small practice, maybe 2-3 people partnership, or sole practitioner meaning one person by himself. So what are some of the different roles played by these firms? So put your answer in chat area, then I can give my feedback. I will be checking at end of semester. Okay, since I'm recording my tutorial, who are the ones who are participating. Okay, so don't tell me that why so somebody get a better mark than me. It could be because they were participating throughout the semester. Okay, we are done with the second question. Now we'll take question 3. Big Four firms, second tier firms, small practice, sole practitioner. So these are the divisions between the practices. So basically, what are the type of services that they are providing? Okay, what are some of the different roles played by these firms? I'm not sure if you have done your internship or not. Now, when you do your internship, if you're lucky, you get into a big 4 firm, so then your training will be more structured. Your training will be more structured, okay? Cindy, are you in this class, Cindy? Can you hear me, Cindy Ong? Cindy Ong. Can you hear me? Okay, do you have any answers for this question? How about you, Liu Kwan Jet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Liu, do you have any answers, Liu?
Yeah, I do. It's actually in the slides.
Wait,
but
Liu, can you just buka your camera, Liu? I want to see how you look.
So,
Why?
for this, I don't mind, but can I do it another day? I still got my bed hair actually.
Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, just use the audio lah, buka audio lah.
Yeah, okay, sir. Audio is buka.
Okay, give your answer now. I want to listen.
So actually the answer is in the slides, but I'm still
I
writing
know
my
it's on the
elaboration
slide,
on
but
it.
I want you to explain in your own words. That's why
Okay.
we have a tutorial. Otherwise, I can just say, no need tutorial. Just go and read the slide. I'm not doing it that way.
Okay.
I want you to explain in your own words. So by that way, I know you really understand or not. That's all.
Okay, so from my knowledge, one of them is assurance and audit. So for auditing, like you said, accounting and auditing go in line with one another, and auditing could include roles like internal auditing, for example. So, and for taxation services, which is written in the slides, I guess this could include, aside from taxation, also tax advice and consultancy.
You see me shaking my head, right? Can see,
Yeah, I can see. So
You see me shaking my
I'm
head?
trying. Yeah, I'm trying to elaborate
So,
to the best.
that means when I shaking my head, that means answer is correct. I'm not going to make any comment. Go continue.
Okay.
Some more. Okay, all right. You've answered already, audit and assurance, okay, and then taxation, okay. Some more.
Taxation services. I was still writing my elaborations. Hold on, yeah. So let me try and think. I guess insolvency can go in line with liquidation as well.
Okay.
And receivership.
Insolvency. Okay,
Yep.
it is called insolvency. Liquidation is part of it. Okay. All right.
Yep. Okay. And I guess business advising is related to consultancy? Actually, sir.
Yeah. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, correct.
Okay. I'm not so sure on what is forensic accounting actually. Sorry, sir.
Okay, I will explain. Leave that one. Okay, then anything else?
Yeah, I left out financial management.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm not so sure on that. Sure, also on that.
Basically, you have covered major area. Accounting, audit assurance is one, taxation is one, insolvency is one, consultancy is one. Okay. Now currently now more and more advice on ICT. Okay, ICT, because a lot of businesses are using the online platforms. Okay, so ICT is becoming more and more important in auditing firms. So just I want to tell you, because you sooner or later looking for work. So if you have a strength in ICT, so it's definitely a plus point for you when you go for interview. Okay, it's not like the old days. People go there and they see the ledger, see the this, see the that. No, the one already that is out of no longer, there's no longer the trend. Okay, so coming to your question about forensic accounting, okay, like for example, now we had recently a major scandal. Okay, I think the whole world knows about it. So then after the event, like when you have a crime scene, a murder, a crime scene, the police put the tape and say crime scene, people can enter, but they want to go and search for evidence, which can be used in trial, which can be used in court. Likewise for accountants and auditors, we want to, after the event, there's been a scandal, company collapse, people making noise, kiri kanan bising making noise. We need to go through all their documents. It's a very tedious job, but of course you will be remunerated for that. So somebody has appointed you. It could be a government agency, MACC for example, SPRM. Go and check their books. What did they do? What hanky-panky did they do that they are now collapsed this company bankrupt? So meaning you go in after the event, you go through all their records, partial records, tax records, and what you call meeting records, everything, and then you come out with a report for whoever appointed you. It could be, for example, MSWG, Minority Shareholders Watchdog Group, because the minority shareholders lost their money. They're very unhappy. So somebody has appointed you to carry out quote-unquote investigation. So it is something that occurs after the event. You come in after the event, just like the police lah. After the crime, when a crime has been committed, they come in, they tape up that area, clock up that area, close off that area. There's a crime scene, and then they go around looking for evidence. Okay, go around looking for evidence so that they can build a case. They can build a case against whoever did this. Okay, it's a very important job. I think for those who are familiar with all these criminal cases, you must make sure that there's no break in your criminal lawyers. They know, okay. If there's a break, there can be technicality. The case can be thrown out. Case can be thrown out, even though the person is a murderer, but because you screwed up your investigation, so throw out the case. The judge says no. You got no case to answer.
Oh, so sir.
Because you as a forensic investigator, you screwed up. Likewise in accounting auditing, let's say a company collapsed, the shareholder lost money, okay, the KWSP lost money, Khazanah National lost money, and then they appointed you, your firm, KPMG or whatever, to be the forensic auditor, and maybe you are the staff working there, you got expertise in this area, they send you to investigate. That is basically after the event, okay? That's called forensic auditing.
Wait, so sir,
just like a detective lah, just like a detective. Yeah. What's the question?
Yeah, so forensic accounting looks for evidence of people cooking the books, right?
Yes,
basically.
correct.
And is this a job that can actually
you
be?
Speak up, Liu? I don't know. Is it maybe you're not close to your mic or what? Can you closer to your mic?
No, we can hear actually. We can hear clearly.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So have you got a picture about what is forensic all about?
Oh yeah, sir, sorry, I disconnected. So my question is, this a job?
Now I can hear you more. Just now cannot hear lah.
Oh, sorry, sir. So is this one of the jobs that cannot be replaced by technology in the future?
Yeah, you're correct. You're correct.
Oh, okay.
You
all
still
right,
need a human being to go there and go through the books to pick up. I wouldn't dare to say cannot be replaced because technology is going so rapid these days. Artificial intelligence might invent that kind of a robot who can pick it up. So I don't dare to say cannot. For now, I'll say cannot for now. But the robotics and artificial intelligence is developing at such a speed. There might come a time when there's a robot auditor who can pick up all these things that can replace the human being. Saya tak berani cakap lah. Okay. For now, no lah. For now, no. Okay. So okay lah. I think we need to move on. So we have had a discussion for that question. Okay, next one. What was the next one? Okay. List some of the different roles played by professional accountants in business. So you can just do the listing and then I'll go through the list. I know again it's from the slides, just cut and paste or whatever, but let's have some discussion lah. Otherwise it become very boring. Oh, everybody's participating, huh? Not just one or two people. Because I have said before, I have to remind you, of this we're having our lecture. Okay, we're having our lecture once a week. It's 1 hour session. I don't have time to entertain your queries. I'm rushing through. So that's why I welcome you to ask questions during tutorial class. So I prefer you to ask questions. Okay, the rest you can read from the slides. So like we had a discussion about forensic accounting and what it's all about. Okay, so at this now you have a clearer picture of what forensic is all about. So just put down the list, okay? So we can save time and keep moving. It's going to be 10, almost going to be 10:40. I know it's very rushed, but what to do? This is the way it is for this semester. So like I said, it will be better if you come prepared with the answers. Okay, all right. Okay, financial accountant, treasury accountant, anything else? I think the list got more than this. Financial accountant, treasury accountant. Okay, treasury accountant, as you know, okay, board member, company secretary, okay. Company secretary, ejaan salah, correct the spelling. Secretary, finance director, auditor, internal auditor, risk manager, okay, okay, the list is growing, all right. So I can see that you know what it's all about, okay. Okay, so is there anything here? Is there anything here that you want me to explain in detail, like I explained for the forensic just now? Based on the list, you understand what it's all about? If you understand, then it's fine. Good. We can just keep moving. Okay, so these are some of the different roles. These are some of the different roles that accountants can play in business. Okay, so this is what, as I've explained just now, is CFO. Okay, CFO is the top gun, top gun. So once you work in the company for many years, you join as a junior accountant. Okay, you start as a junior accountant. Then if you perform, majikan happy with you, they promote you to senior accountant. And you perform well, you outshine the other employees in the accounting department, accounting and finance. So then they promote you to head of department. Then finally, one fine day, you become the CFO. CFO is a very senior position. Okay, very senior position. In some companies, they use the term FD, finance director. Okay, basically the same. CFO or finance director. You are the top accountant in charge of the accounting and finance department. Very responsible job. You have many people working under you. End of the day, the buck stops with you. Okay, they work under you. They follow your instruction. They report to you, but you are the one who's going to present the report to the top management. Okay, so you cannot say, "Oh, I asked him to do. I asked her to do. They screwed up. They didn't do the job well." This kind of excuse all they won't accept. If you are the CFO, you are responsible for the staff working under you. Okay, so the buck stops with you. The buck stops with you. You cannot say, "Oh, I didn't check properly. I didn't go through. I rely on my accountant and my senior accountant. He screwed up. Blah blah blah." You'll be lucky if the company willing to listen to you. If the company is not willing to listen to you, they'll probably shoot you back. We pay you so much money not to give us this type of answer. Okay, so it's a job with a lot of responsibility. So basically, accounting and finance department is under you. You are responsible for the accounting and finance operations. Okay, I think enough discussion. Now let's move on to the next question. What roles do accountants play in SMEs? What roles do accountants play in SMEs? Okay. Now, I think I did mention in my lecture last week, okay, that as far as the Malaysian scenario is concerned, based on data from Companies Commission of Malaysia, CCM, which is based in Wisma Central, near KL Central there, okay. So it's publicly available information. You can go there, you can pay a nominal sum, and then I don't know now I don't know, COVID-19, a lot of, the whole world is changed already. Last time I remember I used to bring my students there for for visit. So we were given a briefing by their staff. If I remember correctly, it was something like more than 80%. Okay, more than 80% of companies which are registered with the CCM are categorized as SME. So this is a very important sector of the Malaysian economy. Unfortunately, now because of this COVID and lockdown and what have you, many of them are suffering. Many of them are suffering. In fact, I read somewhere, was it over the weekend, that somebody, was it a minister or opposition member who said, if this lockdown continues for another 1 month, 2 months, many of these people will tutup kedai, will be close shop. They are struggling now. Okay, so that's besides just a discussion. So now, what are the type of roles we can play in SMEs? I do foresee that many of you, when you start working next time, you'll probably end up in SMEs. Okay, because like I said, between 80% or even more of companies registered with CCM, Companies Commission of Malaysia, fall into this category, SME, small and medium enterprises. So what type of role can we play there? So in the interest of time, maybe if you can unmute and share your answers, so we can keep moving. Maybe I need to call people. Some of you are not participating. If you come here to class just expecting to give the answer, I think you'll be disappointed. I want to see some discussion and participation. Siti Nur Sabrina. Siti Nur Sabrina, are you in the class, Siti? Siti Nur Sabrina. Can you hear me, Siti? Okay, no answer. Tan Shin Yi. Tan Shin Yi. Can you hear me, Tan Shin Yi? Okay, Tan, can you give your answer, Tan? Just unmute and speak up. The question is, what roles do accountants play in SMEs, small and medium enterprises? Do you have the answer you want to share, Tan?
Help them to do the financial reports.
Okay.
And also audit.
Sorry?
Audit.
Maybe you need to go closer to your mic, huh? So I can hear you more
Can you hear
clearly.
me?
Yeah, okay, all right, okay, all right. Okay, continue.
They act as financial advisors and also external advisors like business to advise them about their business.
You remember now we are talking about SME, small and medium enterprises. You keep that in mind, okay?
Okay.
Okay, all right. Continue.
They provide leadership and guidance on business issues.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all for me.
Okay. So because they are small, right? So they are small companies. Sometimes they might think that it's not worthwhile for them to employ a professional accountant to work for them full time. Yeah, they have to pay the salary, they have to pay the EPF, to pay the SOXO and all this kind of stuff, right? So they might say, okay, for now, it does not make sense to have a full-time staff working and for us. We have to incur his salary, overtime, bonus, EPF, SOXO, blah, 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 blah. So we outsource this. Meaning we go to a small accounting firm, a medium-sized firm, and tell them, okay, these are the things that we want from you. Some that you spoke about just now. So we need help in this area, or could also include like some tax advice and advice on taxation, okay, and things like that. So instead of getting somebody full time, so they outsource. This is where you come in and give your advice, okay? So So next one is what roles public sector and non-profit. Okay, this one I think we've already discussed. As I've just said, non-profit, we get a lot of money from donors, from other people. At the end of the day, they want to know how the money was spent. I think sometime lately there has been some scandal involving NGOs as well, non-profits as well. Collect, don't know how they spend the money. People complain. Every time they have a drive, donation, GoFundMe, what they call crowdfunding and all this kind of stuff, they manage to collect money, quite a bit of money. A lot of people quite generous during these tough times, so they give money. End of the day, they are giving money. They want to make sure that their money is being spent for the correct purpose. Because when you want to raise money, of course, you got to mention why you're raising the money for what, for this orphanage, for this cause, for this charity, blah, 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 blah. And end of the day, the people who give the money, they want to make sure, they want to feel happy that the money is being spent for the purpose for which you claim that you are raising the money. Okay, so this is where our role come in as an accountant. Okay, and public sector. Okay, public sector is the government sector. Public sector is a very big employer in Malaysia. I think those who are attending my public sector class will know that in Malaysia we have something like I don't have the most accurate figure. The last time I heard is more than one. Some said that even up to 1.5 million people on the payroll. Government servants, public sector. Okay, so basically you are dealing with taxpayer money. Public sector is all about taxpayer money. So when you're collecting tax from public, of course they want to know how their money being spent. They want to know. Collect every year income tax, corporation tax, and then indirect tax like GST, SST. So all this money goes to the government. So end of the day, the government has to report back to the public how we spent your money. So this is where the Jabatan Accountant Negara comes in, Jabatan Audit Negara comes in. Okay, National Accounting Office, National Audit Office. So a lot of accountants are working in these two government agencies. Okay, so there's a lot of scope there in government sector. Okay, now let's go to the 7th question, which is, okay, this is a discussion type of question. So I would like to hear some answers. Okay, maybe, okay, the question is asking, does accounting have a positive social impact, or can that impact be negative in some circumstances? Is there anybody with any thoughts? Well, like as I said, I think okay, Mirza, can you unmute?
Hi, sir.
Yeah, please unmute. Please buka kamera boleh tak? Okay, Mirza. So I've seen your answer. As usual, answer is good. Okay.
All right.
I just want to hear from you. I just want to satisfy myself that this is really your answer. You understand what it's all about and not just cutting and pasting from somewhere. So can you quickly, we have only got about 10 minutes, quickly explain your answer in your own words.
Oh, okay, so
No, I've seen your answer. I've seen your answer. It's okay, it's fine. Maybe you like to elaborate a bit on some of the points that you have written here.
Okay, so basically.
Can you speak up, Mirza? Can you speak up? I don't know why my problem. Is it my laptop problem or your side problem? I'm not sure.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now can.
All right. So basically, to view whether accounting have positive impact or negative social impact, we have to look at accounting beyond the technical, because at least for me, I think a lot of people misunderstand accounting that is just numbers, right? So we have to look beyond it. So let's say if for me myself, I understand accounting, so it helps me to do my financial matters, you know, like money, how to manage money and everything. And I think that's actually a positive impact that accounting brings towards society and an individual myself. But in a corporate level, also, like let's say if I report something about this corporation or that corporation, that it will have impact on not only that corporation but their stakeholders, and that stakeholders
can it can also be like a society as a whole, right? Whether it's positive or negative impact.
Okay,
Yeah, that's all.
okay, so let's go to the other side. Negative. Any you spoke about positive. How about negative?
Negative, basically, it will have negative social impact if, like, for example, I use accounting to just satisfy my interests, you know, like all those scandals involving accounting firms. But not only that, like, for example, I think, like, let's say, like, if I report this corporation or firm, they have like misuse like some funds and everything, and it will have a negative impact towards their investors. For example, firms like pension funds or mutual funds, something like that. Yeah, that's all I think.
Okay. Can you see my response?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so thank you. Good.
Yeah,
All right, thank you. All right. So let's move on to the next question. Okay, I think Mirza has already explained. Okay, so you can also check his answer. It's the chat area. Okay, I've checked it. Okay, yeah, very good answer. Okay, let's move on. So now we move to the last question. Okay, move to the last question. We have got about 7 minutes. Quick, can I get some answers? I'm not actually rushing you, but unfortunately we only have 1 hour. Okay, so we need to get through all questions. Otherwise, we're going to be delayed in this. I don't want to go stun. I only go forward only. No go stun. Okay, anybody got any answer or for the what do you call 8? Question number 8. Talking about credibility. Okay, talking about credibility. Our credibility is under challenge, meaning that I worry. Okay, so maybe I'm past that stage of my life already, so I'm not actively hunting for work. But you guys will be graduating soon, maybe not this year, maybe next year or whatever. So you will be in the job market looking for work. You will be projecting yourself as accounting finance graduates and so on and so forth. Okay, now what will happen in the future, I foresee, okay, because of many scandals involving accountants. Whose answer is this? Okay, let me go through his answer first. A lot of issues. Okay, good answer. Anyway, I am recording this one, so you can always go back to the chat area. Okay, I see the message on my screen. 5 minutes left. Okay, so let me go quickly and get the what do you call the attendance thing. Okay, they can read his answer. Okay, given a good answer with example. Mirza, thank you so much. Okay, now I want to go and get your attendance. Get ready for the camps. I'm going to book out the camps. Okay, AL7 580, all capital letter. AL7 580. AL7 580, capital letter. AL7 580. Okay, I've shared it in the chat area. Okay, thank you, Mirza, for your answers. Okay, so you can read up his answers. I'm sharing. I'm going to what you call. Make sure this is what you call